All right, what's up? Tim Sykes here, pre-market video lesson. So much to go over, so many plays, so many great students. But I got to start out this video today. Before I get to the stocks like RGTI that are just awesome, I got to give a shout out to not one, not two, but actually three really solid traders. And they all have been so amazingly dedicated in their studies. And I want everyone to leave a comment underneath this video. Say, congratulations, Jack. Congratulations, David. Congratulations, Cruz Control. All of these guys have just done amazing. But I'll start with Jack because, in the middle of the night, texted me, we were talking about RGTI being so strong. Unfortunately, I was sleeping. Not a good time to be in Asia right now. I need to sleep whenever I can. Sorry, I missed yesterday's webinar. I'm going to give a pre-market webinar today. But Jack was not sleeping. Jack is completely dedicated. He was actually supposed to be out here in Asia with me, but he was like, no, the market's too hot. He stayed home and he's crushing it. Just crossed $14 million today, which is awesome. And he really nailed it riding RGTI, which I'll go over in a sec. He took it with size, like in the middle of the night, mind you, okay? And he's waking up at like 2, 3 in the morning. He's staying up till 7, 8, 9 p.m. trading. Like, it is that insane right now. And anybody can choose how dedicated you want to be. You can trade an hour a day. You can trade an hour a week. But the most dedicated students and the most dedicated traders are really pounding the pavement right now because there are 4, 5, 6, 7 a.m., 9 a.m. runners, 11 a.m., 12 p.m., 1 p.m. midday runners, 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m. after hours runners. It's insane. So everyone congratulate Jack on crossing 14 million with RGTI. I'll go over that in a second. Also, David Hanlon, over 5 million. Now, you might remember David Hanlon. In case you don't know, he once upon a time did 89,000 burpees. I'm going to bring this up because I assign people burpees when they screw up. I'm like, undisciplined trade. You got to get disciplined, do burpees. He had an $89,000 loss. He literally did 89,000 burpees. His wife hates me because, he was already ripped. Now he's even more ripped. Like, he just did it as a test for himself to show that he could be disciplined. And since then, I'm very proud that actually he hasn't had that big of a loss lately, and he just crossed 5 million. I'll go over how he did that. But also, it's not just about the millionaire students and, these superstars. It's upcoming students, okay? People like Derek. I love this, that Cruz Control is reposting Derek, taking, a small little single on CRMX, which I'll go over. But also Cruz Control, you guys in the challenge chat know, he's in there every single day, 2,300 on the day, the other day on GXAI. What is he, closing in on 50,000 now? What was his... I wanted to say 45,000, but I forgot that he just made another 2,300. He's studying webinars. So he was closing in on 45,000 December 5th. So now I think he's closing in on 50,000. But this is the path that I want for you. I understand most traders aren't going to become millionaires. Not everyone's going to do this. But I want to show you the people who are on the right track with small accounts, fast becoming bigger accounts, and millionaire traders, because it can happen to anybody. So everyone, please congratulate Jack, David, and Cruz Control. And there's many more students to congratulate. I don't have enough time. I'm also taking some solid singles, even though I'm in a terrible time zone and my sleep is like crazy right now. I've been taking some solid singles on a lot of these runners. So I want to go over these plays. You need to focus on these big percent gainers, okay? You need to study up and obviously try to trade with small size in the beginning, but you can size up later on. In case you don't realize, I did this video a few days ago, big versus small account, patient versus impatient. I'll link it below. You can choose how you want to trade. The beauty of having so many runners is it gives you endless opportunity, endless freedom to try different strategies with different sizes and different holding periods. It's amazing, amazing, amazing right now. I cannot stress it enough. So if you are just trading or studying an hour a week, try to up it, because this hot market won't last forever. And while it's here, you can really make gains profit-wise and knowledge-wise. That's what the secret is. And those of you in the challenge, I'll link the challenge. We have so many live trading and Q&A webinars. And in case you didn't know, Jack Kellogg is giving weekly webinars. So you can see how he's, now making like $50,000, $100,000 in a day with size. Tim Grattani is back giving webinars. You can see these are all archived. He's making $50,000, $100,000 in a day with size. And then we also have Hobbs. You can see the tickers like these are, the tickers are not just stock tickers, it's people who give webinars. Ellis Hobbs, former NFL player, he trades with small size like me. So you can learn from Tim Grattani and Jack Kellogg, who are now, making annual salary money in a day or two. And you can also learn from me and Ellis. We're giving all these weekly webinars and they're all archived. So I'll link the challenge. Every single one of you challenge students should be watching these webinars, whether you trade big or trade small. Again, it's not just watching the market, it's watching and seeing what different traders with different strategies are doing. And this is what I'm doing. Again, I'm not trading with huge size, but I'm locking in $1,000, $2,000 in a day from a crazy time zone, not catching the bottom, not catching the top, being wrong sometimes, like taking losses unnecessarily, psyching myself out like I did with GXAI, this $3,000 loss that, the stock doubled the next trading day. I took too much size too quickly, and then I scared myself out because I was down. It was too choppy. I did the previous video lesson on that, so I really encourage you to learn from my mistakes, but I'm proud of the fact that I was right. The stock freaking doubled the next day. I just overthought it, oversized in, got too aggressive. That happens. So understand, when you're looking at these plays, it's not just like, oh, buy these stocks and they're always going to go up. You got to try to take some small size. You got to see if these stocks can prove themselves. Starting with Jack. Jack and I were talking about RGTI, but I was just looking for a morning spike. Again, he's in a good time zone. He's completely dedicated right now. So he's trading pre-market, midday, and after hours. God bless him. He is so dedicated. That's why he's over 14 million. Again, congratulate him. But look at what he did with RGTI. He took 70K at 6.6 and he peeled all the way up to 8 and he's holding 25K overnight. Again, this is big size. Don't get intimidated. He's been doing this for years. In the beginning, you can look and see his average profit and loss was $100 and $200, but with enough experience, with enough data, now he can take size. Why was he buying 70K at 6.6? Well, if you look at RGTI, up until like 2 p.m., the high was like 680, okay? In after hours, which starts right here, it's hanging around 650. Here, 660. So you get a breakout. He's just buying the after hours breakout thinking that it's going to get back to the 690s. He's giving a challenge webinar in 2 days, so you can ask him, specifically his thoughts. But if this were me, if I were buying this breakout, I would have bought it 660, 670, 680. I probably would have flipped it here in the low sevens. That's me. I don't have the patience. I don't have the, really kind of mental fortitude to take huge size. I'm just better at trading with small size. And that's okay too. Not everyone has to trade with huge size. You get to choose your dedication level. This picture, like there's a market buffet right now, and every single day there's new items, new stocks getting added to the buffet. You can choose what you want, right? You go to a buffet, you don't necessarily eat every single thing on the menu. You pick and choose. You're like, oh, I like this. I like this. Oh, I thought I would like this, but I don't. Oh, I'm getting full. This is what's happening. The market is a full buffet right now every single day. And most people just don't understand it. They're like, yeah, the market's hot. Okay, but what's moving? RGTI, big percent gainer. Buy the freaking after hours breakout if you're awake. If you have time, if you're still there, buy it in 660, 670, 680. Jack was scaling out all the way up until 8. I don't know his exact entry and exit, but he made some good money. The thing went up $1.40 in an hour. So with 70K, even if he took, let's say 70 cents, that's roughly 30, 40 grand, maybe 50 grand he made on this trade. I know he was close to 14 million. And it's awesome. And up until that after hours breakout, he wasn't doing that much. Last time I talked to him, he was actually looking at thinking that GXAI was going to be done and potentially shorting it, which, again, I don't short anymore. Some of my top students make millions going long and going short. I think it's very risky. And GXAI, you can see here, I missed this. I wasn't looking at the market right here, broke out past 550. You can see that the previous high here was just 2 trading days ago. Went to 6, came down, and then you get a reconfirmed breakout here. 6 all the way up to 750. But long story short, this isn't a perfect breakout, but it does basically coil up. And you'll see me in chat where I'm like, the stock is coiling, we got to get excited about it. And sometimes it breaks out, sometimes it doesn't. Like I was actually wrong about gels breaking out. I'll go over that in a second. But this is just in a few minutes. So again, I know people are like, your old DVDs and video lessons say don't trade midday. Welcome to the market right now, guys. There's too many shorts. The market is so hot, so the old rules don't apply. This is not an exact science. You have to learn and adapt or perish. But look at this. This is at 10:48 a.m. The stock is at 494. This is at 10:57 a.m. Okay, this is in 9 minutes, and it goes up $1 a share. So yes, it's a nice breakout above that key resistance at 550. I mean, literally, if you buy the breakout here at 550 in 3 minutes, you go 550 to 6. It comes down. Not an exact science. You think, oh, it should hold 550. It actually goes back down to 530-ish. So again, these breakouts, you have to give a little wiggle room. It's not an exact science. But by and large, it holds 550 again. And then you get a better breakout here to 6 to 750. And this is midday. So, I'm yelling because like you guys have to understand that there's so much damn opportunity. I miss GXAI. I think Jack was probably looking at it from a short standpoint, so I'm just glad, he's not shorting aggressively. What I was doing, obviously, I underestimated GXAI. By the way, just to put things in perspective, in case you want to like hold these plays longer, which is tough for me because I have the patience of an ant, but I was buying 20,000 plus shares in the twos, in the 250s, okay? I got my average to 253. The thing 2 trading days later hit 750. It tripled. Okay, so don't you dare say that, oh, Sykes, you're such a good trader. What you do is best case scenario. It is not. I am very far from best case scenario. Obviously, I was on the right track here, but I sized in too much and I exited, like a bitch. There's no other way to say it. But I was dead on my right track. And then LIFW, fortunately, I made more than I lost. That's the beauty of trading. You don't have to be right 100% of the time. You're trying to win more than you lose. But I'm encouraged, not discouraged, that I was on the right track with both of them. I actually, tried buy, this was 2 days ago, in the mid fours and sold it in the low fives. It just really couldn't, do too much. But then I'm trying to be more aggressive. Yesterday, GELS was spiking pre-market. So let me just pull that up. Again, this is a buffet. There's endless new dishes being served every single day. Gels was spiking up with, this right here at 4 a.m. So like there's 4 a.m. spikers. I'm actually filming this at 3:45 a.m. Eastern. And I'm going to end this video and I'm going to look to see if there's another 4 a.m. spiker. But gels was a 4 a.m. spiker. And, it basically went from the 4s to the 6s. Like, look at this. This is at 4 a.m. yesterday, $4.30 a share. And then 4:08 a.m., $6.30 a share. $2 a share, roughly 50% in 8 minutes. So if you ever wonder why am I in and out so quick sometimes there's a 5 or 10 minute spike. I actually missed this spike, so I'm buying it on the dip here in the 4s, thinking that it's going to get back, not necessarily all the way to the 6s, but I thought that I could retest here in the 550s. Little did I know it couldn't break 5. So, I was aggressive early yesterday, but I'll be aggressive and then I'll be conservative when a play is not working. I think that's really a good kind of middle ground to take right now, where I aggressively bought it like at 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, which normally I would never do, but in this hot market, I'll do it. Sometimes it will spike back to the mid 5s or even the 6s, or even break out to the 7s or 8s. You don't know how far these things are going to go. You're just trying to put yourself ahead of them and then let the momentum take off. But anyways, I was in the chat. If you were in my chat, I was like, come on, 5, it's got to break 5. It couldn't break 5. And you can see here, it couldn't break 5 and it went all the way down to 4, but actually near the open, it did break 5 for a little bit and then came down. But it doesn't matter. Some people are like, oh, Tim, it only held 5 for a few minutes. All you need is a few seconds to sell into. You're not holding any of these plays long-term, or else you shouldn't, I don't think. I don't care if the thing drops to 50 cents after it hits 5. The whole key is, can it break 5 and can it respike and can it do it fast? Obviously, it was better near the market open. So, I was wrong in that sense, but I still made a little bit. CRMX, this was another one. I should have been there 6, 7, 8 a.m. Eastern yesterday. Again, my schedule is just not ideal for this hot market. The more you can sit in front of the computer or your laptop or smartphone right now, the better. CRMX was awesome all pre-market yesterday. You can see here at 4 a.m. it was dipping, and I was watching it here around 4, 5, 6 in the morning, and it wasn't doing anything. But then you can see, look how fast it squeezes up at around 7:30 in the morning. It's at $2 a share, and it goes up to $2.60. Nothing huge. And then near the open, it's actually even better. It goes, from 2 to 3:30. So, there's different levels. I took a nice little single here, in the high twos, just thinking that it could keep going. That was it. And it was spiking so quickly. I only got a partial position. I wanted 10,000 shares to try to make, 5 or 10 grand. I got a partial position. And then I also got greedy. So when I got in at 280-ish, this was around right in here, it was breaking out past this after hours high and the pre-market high. So I'm thinking this could keep going. So it goes up to 320, and I didn't take profits because I was like, you know what? Like, this could go 350, 4, who knows? And I got a little greedy. And then when it couldn't break 320 aggressively, I'm like, screw it. I'll lock in the 9%. So, with gels, I was on the right track, but I was a little too early. And then also, even when it did break 5, it was only there for a little bit. CRMX, I was probably a little late. It was better pre-market. GXAI, I could have done better. DTC, I made a little bit, lost a little bit. AI again, LIFW, GXAI. I'm trading these plays that are, I'm trying to ride the momentum, okay? Just like what Jack did so well, with RGTI, and he did it all in an hour. But he's taking size. And again, I don't encourage any of you to take size. Like when I show Jack or when I show, David hitting 5 million, everyone wants to be like them. They started with small size, okay? This is why I'm so proud of people like Cruz Control and Derek and so many other upcoming students, making 500, making 1,000, 7,000 on the week, 45,000. Like Cruz Control is messaging me and he's like, I've never made this much. This is crazy. Is this real? Am I dreaming this? He's in the webinars every day. He's in the challenge chat room every day. But let me just show you what he's doing. He actually posts his charts too. This was GXAI. He bought it into the close, and then he sold it on that morning spike. This one had a nice morning spike right at 4 a.m. So he's waking up, and he's taking overnight trades. Those of you under the PDT rule, you can buy stocks at 7 p.m., 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and try to hold, sell it at 4 a.m., 4:30 a.m. the next day. I've been doing that. I had a nice big win on ZENA with my overnight trade that way. And then PDYN, I should have held overnight, but I took like a 40% profit too. So there's so many different angles. And then intraday too, he was doing, this was a nice one on CMR. He was doing almost the exact same thing as me. I bought it at 279 and I'm out at 306, 308, whatever, making like 25 cents a share. He's buying it in the 260s and 270s and he's selling near the top. So this is Derek, sorry. Cruz Control just reposted. But whether it's Cruz Control or Derek, these upcoming students are on the dead right track. Okay, they're 100% dead on. Cruz Control posted his own trades. Which one was it? Oh, I already went over GXAI. Sorry. But, this is what it comes down to, okay? So whether you're trading at 4 a.m., whether you're trading overnight, whether you're trading near the market open, you're trying to ride the momentum. CRMX has the momentum. We'll see what it can do. GELS, has some spikes. We got to see if it can get back. RGTI right now, I think, is probably like the best looking, or at least has the most momentum. So we'll see how far this can go. CPIX also had some momentum early, but it couldn't hold on to it. So you're trying to judge and you're trying to see which of these plays can really keep going. And it's not an exact science, like I said. So just try to watch these plays. Again, congratulate Jack on hitting and surpassing 14 million. Congratulate David doing all the burpees and hitting 5 million. Congratulate Cruz Control and congratulate yourself for being here during this crazy market. The market is about to open. I'll do another video in a bit. I'm going to do a challenge webinar. If you're in the challenge, seriously, watch all of these challenge webinars. You have so much to study from actual millionaire traders. People who have done the seemingly impossible, okay? You can see every single thing that Tim Grittani and Jack Kellogg thinks That's pretty crazy considering once upon a time, just a few years ago, they had a few $1,000s to their name. Now they are making annual salaries in a day. Nowhere else do you have this content to learn from people who have done it. That's why I'm so freaking pumped. So congratulate Jack, congratulate Cruz Control, congratulate Derek, congratulate David, and congratulate yourself. Who wants to be my next millionaire? You tell me, leave a comment. I'm pumped up. Let's go, baby. Yeah.